You deposit $1,000 into your bank account today. By tonight, without you doing anything, your bank has already turned that $1,000 into $10,000. Not for you, for them. And here's the part that should make you stop and think. This is completely legal. It's been happening every single day for over 300 years. And almost nobody, not your parents, not your school, not your bank, ever explained how. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how that happens. And once you see it, you'll never look at your bank account the same way again. But first, let me show you how your bank quietly takes money from you every single month without you even noticing.
Most people think a bank is basically a giant safe. You put your money in, they hold it, you take it out when you need it. Simple. But that's not what a bank is at all. A bank is a business. And like every business, it needs to make money. Lots of it. In 2023, just the top 5 U.S. banks made a combined profit of over $130 billion in 1 year. The question nobody asks is, where does that money come from? The answer is 3 things, and one of them, the third one, is going to explain exactly how your $1,000 becomes $10,000. We'll get there, but let me start with something you've almost certainly experienced yourself. Method number 1, fees. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know about fees, but I promise you, you don't know the full picture. Let's start with overdraft fees. You have $50 in your account. You forget and spend $55. Your bank covers the extra $5 and charges you $35 for doing it. That's a 700% interest rate on a $5 loan. In any other industry, that would be called predatory. In banking, it's called a service. In 2022, American banks collected $8.3 billion just in overdraft fees alone. $8.3 billion from people who accidentally spent a little more than they had. But it doesn't stop there. There are monthly maintenance fees, just for having an account, ATM fees for using the wrong machine, wire transfer fees, foreign transaction fees, minimum balance fees, inactivity fees for accounts you forgot you had. Here's what makes this interesting. These fees aren't accidents. They are designed by entire teams of financial engineers, people whose only job is to figure out the maximum amount they can charge you without you leaving. One leaked internal memo from a major U.S. bank showed that overdraft fee structures were specifically optimized to trigger the most charges from the most customers. They knew. They designed it. Now, here's the good news. Every single one of these fees is avoidable if you know where to look. Banks like Chime and Wise have built their entire model around zero overdraft fees, zero monthly fees, because they found a different way to make money. Old banks are counting on one thing, that you don't know your options. Now you're starting to. But fees are just the beginning, because while your bank is quietly taking money from your account, they're also making money from almost every financial move you make. Let me show you how. Method number 2 is one most people never think about because it happens invisibly. Every time you swipe your card, debit or credit, a small fee is automatically charged to the merchant, the shop, the restaurant, the online store. It's called an interchange fee, usually between 1.5% and 3.5% of the transaction. You don't pay it, the merchant does. But your bank collects it every single swipe. Think about how many times people swipe cards every day in just one country. Hundreds of millions of transactions, each one generating a fraction of a percent for the bank. Those fractions at scale become billions. But it goes even deeper than that. Banks sell investment products, stocks, bonds, insurance. They charge management fees for wealth accounts. They offer currency exchange and take a cut on every conversion. Some banks have moved into subscription tiers, premium accounts, cryptocurrency trading fees. And the one nobody talks about?
Your financial data. Every transaction you make tells your bank something. Where you shop, what you eat, how you travel, how you spend. That data is extraordinarily valuable to advertisers, to credit scoring companies, to other financial institutions. Your behavior is a product, and your bank has been selling it. Now, we've covered fees, we've covered services, and together, these two things already make banks some of the most profitable companies on earth.
But we still haven't answered the question from the beginning. How does your $1,000 become $10,000? That answer is in method number 3, and it's going to change how you think about money forever.
All right, here it is. Method number 3 is called the interest rate spread. And combined with something called fractional reserve banking, this is the answer to everything. Let's start simply. When you deposit money in a savings account, your bank pays you interest. Right now, most traditional banks pay somewhere around 0.5% per year. On $1,000, that's $5. $5 for trusting them with your money for an entire year. But here's what your bank does with that $1,000 the moment it arrives. They lend it out to someone who needs a car loan at 7% interest, to a family buying a house at 6.5%, to someone with credit card debt at 20%, sometimes higher. Your bank borrows money from you at 0.5% and lends it to someone else at 7%, 10%, 20%. That gap between what they pay you and what they charge others, that's called the interest rate spread. And it is pure guaranteed profit built into the system.
But here's where it gets truly extraordinary. Because your bank doesn't just lend your $1,000 once. This is the part they never teach in school. Under a system called fractional reserve banking, your bank is only required to keep a small fraction of your deposit on hand, typically around 10%. The rest, they can lend out. So from your $1,000 deposit, they keep $100 and lend out $900. But here's what makes this remarkable. That $900 gets deposited in another bank. That bank keeps 10%, $90, and lends out $810. That $810 gets deposited somewhere else, which lends out $729, and on and on. Your original $1,000 deposit ripples through the entire banking system and creates up to $9,000 in new loans. Your $1,000 deposit, $9,000 in loans. Together, $10,000. That's the answer. That's how your $1,000 became $10,000 tonight. And every single dollar of those loans earns interest. For the banks, not for you. In 2023, JPMorgan Chase, just one bank, earned $89 billion in net interest income. From the spread alone. $89 billion. From the gap between what they paid depositors and what they charged borrowers. Now you know why banks are among the most profitable companies in human history. It's not clever investing. It's not magic. It's a system designed centuries ago that puts your money to work for them while paying you almost nothing in return.
So now you know what almost nobody tells you. Banks make money 3 ways. Fees, billions extracted from people who don't know their options. Services, invisible cuts on every swipe, every product, every piece of data you generate. And the interest rate spread. Borrowing cheap from you, lending expensive to others, and multiplying your deposit through the entire system before you even finish your morning coffee. None of this is illegal. None of it is hidden, technically. It's in the terms and conditions nobody reads. It's in the financial system nobody explains. But here's the question that matters now.
you understand how the machine works. Which side of it are you on? Are you the person earning $5 a year on $1,000 in savings? Or are you looking for the accounts that actually work for you? Are you paying $35 overdraft fees every month? Or do you know which banks charge $0? This channel exists to answer those questions. Every week, I'm going to take one banking or financial concept and break it down completely. No jargon, no fluff. Just the truth about how money actually works and what to do with it. If this video made you see your bank differently, subscribe. Because next week, we're going to talk about the 3-digit number that controls whether you can buy a car, rent an apartment, or get a mortgage. Your credit score. What it actually is, how it's calculated, and the specific things that might be silently destroying yours right now. I'll see you there.